All right, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. This channel is for educational purposes, and we look into things that you probably don't know too much about because they've been suppressed. And this is a segment that is called Your Blind Side, and this is for the anons, truthers, diggers out there who may be um, submerged in rabbit holes and unable to see outside at some wider trends. And, you know, somebody is having their back. Um, and uh, this was kind of intended to be more of a um, kind of keep the finger on the pulse and uh, follow the events as they transpire. But the events have just gotten so stupid that I end up kind of saying the same thing every day because um, now I'm kind of urging, begging, pleading with people to abandon the info war because the war has been won. And um, I don't know that anything productive is happening there. It's just so stupid. Um, and it's just they're jerking your chain. Um, and I know that it's for the catatonic. It's for the people who are paying no attention to what's going on and are involved in their own lives and kind of they maybe look at the headlines and maybe assume that things are as they always have been. And so uh, the news has to get increasingly dumb in order to get anybody's attention. But for the people who are, paying attention to this stuff every day, it can become maddening because it's so dumb and it's triggering. And it's just like, oh, this is another insult to my intelligence. This is so stupid. This is, and you can end up kind of blackpilling um, because you just kind of lose patience with the absurdity of it all. And at the very same time, um, you're, I mean, it's one thing uh, if you are a podcaster that, a truther digger, to be able to kind of um, comfort your audiences and say, okay, yeah, well, this is really stupid. This isn't for us. It's targeted for other people. Don't worry about it. Keep your head up and take it with a little bit of humor. Um, but also at the same time, uh, we have to recognize that this movement has a lot of holes in it. It has a lot of Achilles heels, weak spots, and blind spots. That's where somebody like me comes in. And I'm going to have to force my way through the door, apparently, because um, otherwise I'm not going to get hurt. But, uh, you know, there needs to be a redeployment. We're not ready, I mean, for victory. we have victory, but we are continuing to uh, kind of um, run up the score, or uh, you know, try to humiliate the other side. And I can understand that after some of the things that they've done. But at the same time, we are not ready to implement our vision because our vision is badly blurred. Our vision is not true, not a true vision. It's not backed up by any evidence. And it's grounded in some of the most make believe, um, childish uh, type of belief systems. And, that uh, can be easily shown to be psyops. And that's what I'm talking about, our religious systems and our holy books. And these are the things that motivate many people in the movement, and that um, people in the movement think is kind of like the core of the movement, the heart and soul of the movement. And it's wrong, and it can be easily shown to be a psyop, but nobody is paying any attention to the actual evidence. Um, 10 years for me out in this info war, and I've never heard any American patriot ever talk about the fact that the New Testament of the Bible is a psyop. That is astounding. I mean, it's never entered the conversation, and so it's never gotten a fair hearing. If it isn't true, then somebody disprove it. Somebody come up with something. Somebody present some evidence for, you know, the fact that the Christian story is complete fiction and that it was made up by the Romans. If somebody could provide me with some evidence to the contrary, I would certainly listen to it. But what I'm seeing instead is that it's just a blanket um, avoidance of any of this. It, it there has to be there's 10, 12 authors out there who have written books on this topic, and some of them, uh, you know, Joseph Atwill's uh, author of Caesar's Messiah, his his YouTube channel has, you know, many views. I don't know, thousands, hundreds of thousands, I think. So you would think that this idea would have percolated somewhere into the movement, and I have to think that it has, and that it has been summarily rejected as being too inconvenient to be considered, um, and that it has not given a proper hearing. And I just recoil from all this because it just seems that this movement is not principled. It doesn't. Um, it it does exactly the same thing as the other side does, just uh, a mirror image. It is all about convenience and what's the word? Uh, I won't say pragmatism, but just you know, uh, um, using the evidence when it benefits you and completely ignoring it when it doesn't benefit you. And so that is a movement I don't want to be part of. And so we're going to have to um, figure out if we really are serious about this. Because if we're not, then, you know, um, people like me are going to end up as enemies to this movement as opposed to being, uh, amicus, so to speak. Um, but, as long as I continue to be kind of uh, shunned and silenced in this movement and people like me, then, I can see the writing on the wall that you're not interested in the truth. You're interested in your own comfort. And that what that means is that as soon as you get in control, we're going right back to the witch burnings and the crusades and the inquisitions and all kinds of other atrocities that you guys have perpetrated over the ages that I thought you had, um, grown out of. But it doesn't look that way right now. So hopefully you'll look better um, over time. I'm going to keep bringing this message probably every day. Um, you know, and hopefully I'll be injecting this message into areas where it might get seen by more people. But does it matter? Because it seems like even if it does get seen by other people, it doesn't really have an effect because um, they're only interested in winning as opposed to the principle of the thing and the truth of the thing. And to me, that's the first principle is the truth. So if you want to be able to prove to me otherwise, I'm all ears. If you can demonstrate the truth of what you're saying um, with sources that are outside of these testaments and these apocrypha, then uh, I'm all ears. But nobody's done that. But instead, you've just censored the people that are giving the other viewpoint. So, all right, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and we'll see you next time. Remember to watch your blind side.